Yeah, 3 more teams. Because 2 + 3 is 5, and then +3 is 8. And you need
Quick
8
maths.
teams for the playoffs. So, yeah, 3 teams today, 3 teams tomorrow. Plenty of elimination, plenty of qualification, plenty of goddamn Counter-Strike.
All right. Yeah, it's coming up any minute now. We have got our map pool locked in. We've got our players' bums in seats, and we are ready to get this Counter-Strike day underway. Day 4, PGL Astana 2025. CT start for NiP. Aros DOS. Are we cool with that?
Yeah,
Aros DOS.
He's not new.
I know. I'm just making sure because I've heard lots of different ways.
Dolce Cabana.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to hear any of that nonsense.
Okay, well, it seems like the plan is clear. They want to go ahead and just split B through cave and ramp. The HOTU will land. Long molly, smoke short. The Magna Jez. That's what they call this pistol in the Pug Realms.
In the Pug Realms. Oh, all right. Yuka, going to run over U-Jerks there. They've got back cube control on the agenda. Do they want to swing? No flash for this. 4 bodies just ready to pounce. Huh?
I like it. I mean, at some point, right, they just give the go signal. Whether it's the CTs that move first, I think it will be Shush that gets the party started because he's going to get... Ooh, I thought he was going to get one. Mizu, he denies that as well. Now they activate Cadio?
Cadio.
Cadio. Just want to make sure I'm getting that right. Cadio.
On the satellite radio.
Cadio.
All right, Mizu. There's a song from Corpse Husband.
Mizu.
Called Misa Misa.
Misa.
And it's a banger, even though Twitch is going to hate that reference. But that's all I see when I see Mizu. But that's a great pistol round. Now, just to add some context for this HOTU team, they are 9 on the trot as far as Ancient is concerned. But the problem with that stat line is the majority of those wins against second string Mongolian teams, because there's only one first-string Mongolian team. That's the Mongols. So there's some wins in here against Chinggis Warriors, the Huns, etc.
Yeah.
They did beat Rare Adam, they did beat GG How, and they did beat GamerLegion. So it's their map.
Oh, and that's a nice response from Aros DOS straight out of the gate. Nearly gets caught on the mantle up. Got to take it easy. 5-7, getting 1 and a rifle is something. Certainly a valuable asset to this NiP Force Spy.
Yeah, interesting. HOTU went with 5 Galils there, actually making an AK in the mix. So everybody with a rifle, nobody with an SMG, likely expecting they'll be up against a Force Spy, so want to brute force through this head armor. Now they want to brute force onto A. Lampada with a beautiful shot onto Wrinkle. That removes the potency of this defense now.
And I will say Lampada in particular on Ancient was a key reason as to how they bested GamerLegion so convincingly on that map. I think he had like 23 and 9, some crazy statistics from Lampada on this very map. Yuka going to go try and finish this one off. Aros DOS still has hold of that Galil. Likely becomes a priority save into the next as this one's already gone too far. You can see Snappy and Aros DOS just doing a setup, hoping that maybe Snappy gets an overly keen rifle swinging him.
All right, just quickly.
Yeah.
Which story do you like more? Cinderella Run or a Return to Glory story?
Ooh, I think Cinderella runs are more generally
That's more of an everyman.
Yeah. Everyone appreciates
Even
that.
Rush. Even Rush should like that.
Rags to riches. You're telling me?
Yeah. 0 to hero.
0 to hero, absolutely. I mean, like, that's what all those shonens are about.
True. So are they going to have an unstoppable power level, or what are we?
Got the missus watching solo leveling last night.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I've started.
That's huge.
I was like, yeah, so do you want to do something else? Do you want to not watch another episode? She was like, no, I need to find out if they're alive. And suddenly...
You're in.
You're in.
You're in.
So Aros DOS got an AK-47. I thought it was a Galil.
Well, he got an upgrade. He killed Yuka and took the AK.
I need to start paying attention.
No, but I asked you a big question. Cinderella Run or...
Yeah. I see what you're saying, and I'm leaning Cinderella's way.
Okay.
Snappy. Sure, he gets one with this kind of angle. Oh, no, Mizu just clears him out straight away.
So the bomb explosion
launched an AK.
The AK in his general direction.
Not bad.
And he was able to walk away with the spoils of war. Poor Snappy. He thought he was the belle of the ball. But no, he forgot. HOTU a Cinderella around here.
Did you see the... have you seen the clip of Beauty and the Beast recently?
No.
Like, you watched Beauty and the Beast at all?
No. Not the recent one.
Oh, I saw a clip recently, and it was very clear that, like, Belle was a bit disappointed when he transformed out of the Beast. Like, her face is a look of, like, disappointment.
Look, I'm not psychoanalyzing cartoons.
Neither am I. I'm just saying it looked like she was disappointed. You know? She pulled a funny face. She did. Why have you animated a funny face?
Why is my screen doing
Why is your screen doing that? I'm not upset.
Why would be if it keeps doing that?
You jerks! Oh, one bullet would have been lethal.
Would have looked really cool. Imagine
Wouldn't
him diving to his death with the bomb and the flames, gets a jumping USP kill. Even just, yeah, one bullet and then they fall to the bomb. But all right. Okay, we've had the eco, we've had the force, we've had the pistol round. And that's the reverse order of how we found ourselves into a rifle round. So let's get into the thicker things with the CT side of NiP.
How interesting.
What?
NiP didn't pick train.
Yeah, that's what I said during the video.
I was listening to you, I promise.
I did say that during the video. I said I thought they'd pick train.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember hearing the word train, but I think I just kind of processed that as they have picked train.
No.
Yeah.
They picked Nuke.
Interesting.
All right, we're in A, and we didn't throw any smokes. And when I say we, I mean HOTU.
Straight into A again.
But they are down a man. So number advantage on the retake for NiP. Dig for your trouble there. Two of them very low.
This is winnable, even in the 3v5. Wrinkle, he's going to accelerate forward, but that deep temple smoke will thwart his aggressions. 2 from the donut, 3 from CT. HOTU, they've managed to claw it back with a double nade out of Mizu. Wrinkle and Shush get dunked on. Now a bit uncomfortable. UJUX considering it. Snappy progressing forward, removes Lampada. Need to get on that bomb, need to find that bomb. It was planted on the corner. UJUX is in the position to try and fake it out. Never mind, Snappy's holding it with a 5-second defuse. Covered up nicely. UJUX and Snappy get the job done.
Yeah, okay. Well, there you have it. That one could have gone very wrong. I agree with you when you said it was still very winnable. The players on low HP and the double nade definitely helped. It still left one of them low, but they stick the landing. It's always good to have a kit. How many times we go into first rifle rounds and teams don't have kits? So shout out to Snappy one time. Boom. There's the nice deep nade. Bowling, son.
Fine there onto Lampada.
Well, they should be able to buy again, shouldn't they? So the bomb goes down. There's going to be more than enough cash to splash into another purchase. And here you can see it. Yuka with the AWP now. Back over towards A. This real preference at the A site. Wrinkles here, though, needs to hit the first shot.
Yeah, this would be one way to say go back to B, boys, if the AWP wins this. Now, hang on, he's going to self-flash. No, they just accelerate. Okay, interesting pacing and timing. Wrinkle does take the double kill. Bomb spotted on the back of Yuka as well from his trade. Look at the response time from NiP. They've got a big, very big B lurk. Held by that donut player for now. Shush distracted. They commit A. Can't really afford to die here, Duke, but getting temple control is valuable.
Does have a smoke as well, so he's the only smoke remaining on this T side unless they can find one on the ground. With his forward position, at some point, I imagine smoking off a choke point. I would like it to be donut. Oh, Mizu. This lurk could really... That's going to be too late now.
I think he's missed his timing,
yeah, it's over now. Yuka's been sidelined. Fisher needs to swing.
Transfer is asking a lot. Yeah, not easy. Aros Dos will find the trade. Yuka was seen with that bomb. Now Mizu been heard. Just clearing him out. Oh, doesn't hit the shot immediately. 35 seconds. Progression now towards Donut. Bomb from Yuki. Does need to move in. What you're waiting for? Looking for an AK?
Like,
I don't know. They're in 2 minds.
Maybe just save, boys. This is looking real awkward now.
Mizu gave it a go.
Is he coming for it? Now he's lost his AWP. There we go. Now he wants to save, but he's cut off at the pass. Okay, just chilling, man. That's probably the best go. Okay. Well, a little bit falling over themselves in that one, weren't they, HOTU? But NiP, back-to-back rifle rounds. Very good work. Snappy had a chance to snatch away the AWP, making sure it couldn't be saved. But Yuka, too quick, takes him down and will retain it. So, all right, back-to-back rifle rounds.
There is something to be said about, HOTU's inexperience or lack of communication being displayed in that round, because you saw that Yuka was trying to throw the anti-AWP flash, the right-click jobby.
But they'd already gone.
But they were going. No, he like swapped to his flash as both of them immediately double swung.
Yeah, so I guess the call from Spawn, not necessarily clear, but clear intent, I suppose.
Sure.
These rounds have been relatively quick, so that there's conviction behind the call, but maybe not with the details. So you save an AWP, you can get on another AK, you're able to get some upgrades around that. Duke's going to be able to get himself an AK as well. And Mo's going to take the time out to have the conversation. So making sure they can get the most out of this busted-looking buy. Snappy down to just an SMG, so going to be kicking himself. He lost that AK, but
he loves an SMG.
He does, doesn't he?
Do we see HOTU consider maybe like hanging around B? We haven't seen him since the pistol head over to that bomb site as a coordinated unit, and it is going to be a bit more B-centric off of the rip. Mid player trying to get through to Yuka. Oh.
He's going for that quick pick that we see 9-10 go for.
Yeah, but that requires no mid-util, like no HEs at least. Oh, this is over. Round, I mean.
Yeah, it is. Lampada would need a massive 1v4. He's got the first chip in. 3 more is a lot to ask.
Smoke the site and plant. Get a little bit of extra cash. It doesn't really achieve anything.
Yeah, it'll give you a pistol on the next round, I guess.
You get a Tech 9
better than nothing. Right now, this is just going to simmer out. What I will say is because NiP have been in the doldrums, right? They've been playing Tier 4, Tier 3 Counter-Strike. They literally went to a Fragadelphia.
Hey, maybe that means Fragadelphia's on the up and up.
Well, in a way, all local lands or smaller lands should be on the up and up thanks to VRS. But, yeah, they literally went to Fragadelphia, and fortunately for them, they won it. They beat Sharks in the final. In a best of 5, they won it 3-0. But my point, less about Fragadelphia, more about the type of teams NiP have been playing are in line with a HOTU, as opposed to being in line with a Spirit or an Aurora. So they should be well equipped to deal with more. I don't want to say it in simple Counter-Strike, one-dimensional Counter-Strike,
sure.
Maybe more direct or gimmicky Counter-Strike.
Less layered Counter-Strike.
Yes, whereas like the upper echelon teams are doing a lot of default, or they have obviously a lot more experience with these things. In-game leaders tend to be a lot more experienced too. So, yeah, I think that NiP should feel quite comfortable in this matchup, even though they don't have any head-to-head against HOTU before. The only reason I wouldn't be comfy is for the mere fact it is a 1-2 game, and the loser of this will be eliminated. So there is the pressure element, as we do see them not all in, but it is the AK brought through.
And Duke's already provided an opener onto Arrow's DOS mid. They've got all of A. They've got all of A.
He's got another one.
He does get another. Shush went down as well. Bomb will be planted. Yuka gets it in, and already the round is over.
How have they won this one?
Well, Duke did something.
The round, he definitely did do something.
He does something. So that's good.
Wow.
Arrows, DOS, and Shush going to be put into the interrogation. So, lads, how did you just let that... How did you get 1v2'd?
Yeah, so they go Hero AK on Duke. They have some pistols with upgrades thanks to the loss bonus. They kill 2 players in middle and they're in A for free.
Yeah. I guess, well, they were starting heavy mid with the plan to have them react to A.
Yeah, but they're dead. So
but they died.
Yeah,
so...
you don't get an opportunity to react. Okay, Duke. Let's take a look at that, shall we? NiP are going to take a timeout. Now, the coach, we haven't mentioned him, Exist. What's he been up to? Well, coaching NiP. So for Exist, he's back in a Swedish jersey, so to speak, but he doesn't have any Swedish players in his team.
No. But there's not many Swedes out there right now.
What are you talking about?
Metisport, that's it.
We've got the guys over there in Wildcard, Vozy and...
They are honorary Americans now.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
But Stan's Canadian, Sonic is South African, and JBA is from the United States.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny? I think HOTU were expecting to get away with that on the first 2 rifle rounds that they won, and then they went into a B play, and then, well, that didn't work. So
anyway,
let's just do the same thing with less, and KDO get 2 kills. That I think were probably the best kills ever.
Wait, they don't even throw a smoke. Like, no window smoke, no mid.
Everybody goes B.
Just go B.
B rush.
It's a B rush. You jokes. How are you playing this? Concede some space.
That concedes all the space. Shush needs it, yeah.
Fight for it. Shush just about gets away with 1 HP. Okay. So now you've given up the site.
But look at all the nades left over for HOTU. Plant the bomb. That was one place to start. But look, you've got 2 smokes, 3 mollies. Just keep CT smoked.
And you can't lose.
Well, you can now.
Oh.
You can now.
Party gets spammed on down. UJX does well. Find an angle onto that default plant spot. Just held on to cave. Stop that from being a post-plant position. Now sweeping in through the ramp. Looking for bodies. Spam through. UJX does fall. Wrinkle cleans up. Only one left. Hiding on the side. Wrinkle has a field day.
It's like he's playing pre-fire or something there and refrag.
Yeah.
Like, the bot's not moving. He's just having to clear the angles. Also, I did some more thinking about Swedes.
Yeah, okay, go.
Okay, we got Rez.
Yeah, obviously.
ZTR.
Yeah.
LNZ. Youngster.
That's at least 4.
Yeah.
Plus,
Metasport.
you've got at least 10 Swedes.
You've got Johnny
Sniper.
Speed.
Johnny Sniper, yeah.
Johnny Sniper. Johnny Speed has that's Draken's team.
Yeah, I remember.
You've got Eyeballers with JW.
They're here. They're more of like kind of a CCT
Wow.
energy, aren't they?
Wow.
So we see them.
Olaf's still on the bench of FaZe.
Olaf's on the bench of FaZe. Streaming, fragging. Shush. Mid-hold, indeed. Double kill, make it 3.
beautiful.
That's exactly what you want to see.
It's beautiful.
Arrows
He does steal it, but
did.
it was beautiful. Nice little... And the pace on this
These
one.
rounds.
I love it, this.
Yeah, man.
We've had some real slow Counter-Strike. ODDIK in the server, very slow. VP in the server, very slow. HOTU in the server. Yeah, hot indeed.
Yeah, they do not play scared. They play feast or famine, and it's a toss of the coin every time.
I'm just loving this. And look, not for their round case, but the fact they're trying to brute force into a lot of these means they're trying to play momentum-based CS and pip the gap, essentially. But Shush plugs that one, and Yuka, he's dead.
Presumably, the people pushing through that mid-elbow, deep elbow smoke were assuming that he wouldn't have played right. Like, he hasn't taken
Yes,
it. Yeah,
because he's
that's
under the
assumption.
flashes there. The flashes aren't going to be getting him.
Yeah. Okay, so that's just a gamble they've taken that does not pay off. Coming into the next round, though, it's going to be interesting to see if they have a different approach. Do they elect to try a different avenue?
Well, I would say the money's not there for a buy, but
Yeah.
Duke has enough for an AK, and everybody else could get a pistol with Kevlar.
They
So,
won the last one like
yeah,
that.
just do another one of those, would you? NiP with the 1-round lead would be loving to get themselves up to an 8-4. This is the type of series that I think you're quietly confident about. You see it's HOTU, right? And that's not meant to sound disrespectful. You take everybody, with the same serious nature, especially when you're in the server. But there's some teams you're going to fear more than others. Like, you're definitely going to fear a team like Spirit more than you're going to fear a team like HOTU. And I think for NiP, this would be a great tournament for them to be able to lock into a playoff, especially for those VRS points going into the second season. Star Ladder Budapest was announced overnight. So we now know, confirmed. Here we go. Look, there is a Duke AK.
Just go away.
And they've
Just go away.
Oh, they're in. They are in.
Oh, wait, Arrows DOS
They're
confirmed.
in-ish.
Arrows DOS confirmed. It's only one from Arrows DOS. Instead, the ODDIK connects onto Shush. Now Snappy's low and dead as well. Just rush.
Yeah, if you're going to talk about those shots from Wrinkle, they end up costing him.
Yep.
Let's say that he hits one of the two. Let's 50%. Then maybe, just maybe, that's a different looking round. As Duke just walks through the smoke. Can't believe it. Straight through in their face. And almost takes everything. Just Wrinkle. They may as well hunt him down.
I swear, I've played against players like this before, and it's so fun to see it played at the highest level. HOTU are just walking through smoke, calling bomb site rushes, and they're running at Wrinkle with their knife out. They just want to take that AWP away, and they might. They very well might. Wrinkle has to hit a shot. He can't. Okay. Okay. Cardio?
Cadio, man. Why is that so hard for you to read, bro?
Because it's not how I would spell it.
Well,
Cadio.
he didn't make his name. You could say it any way you want, but
Yeah. K.
just say it with conviction.
K. Like, there's no Y. It's a K.
But just say it however you want with conviction.
Cardio.
That's fine. Just don't question it.
Okay, just making sure, dude. Okay, don't get mad at me. Just want to make sure I'm saying his name.
I'm probably saying it wrong. He didn't send me a dossier
Cardio.
saying this is how you say my name.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he speaks English.
Cardio. Gets an opening kill. Arrows DOS responds with 2. Just get that buy one, get one free offer. Pada taking a fight versus Wrinkle. He's not going to miss this time.
Oh, if he did, there'd be some questions asked, I think.
He's just happy he's got another AWP after losing it in the previous.
There he is. There he is.
Oh, wait. You like that one?
He settled in.
There we go.
He settled in there, right. 6-5. Astralis 11-4, 12-6 for Wrinkle. Shush only has 5 and 7, but he did have an impactful round on mid not that long ago. But they've done their best rounds with just Eagles and an AK. So let's do that again, shall we?
Yep, one more time. You wouldn't just say A or B, would you? You'd say something else. Yeah, look, a little bit more of a layer. We've got a red smoke at the bare minimum. The doors smoke, they'll be disrespecting. Oh, that's a nasty fight for Snappy. He goes down to the tech line fast. Juke again. Every time you put a rifle in his hands, he's good for one.
It's full W, Counter-Strike.
Yeah, Wrinkle reveals the AWP is on site. They've blocked on ramps and no immediate trade, and so pivoting. Oh, that's because they pushed A. They're in CT.
It just looks like a pug, doesn't it?
It does. But a pug that's actually going to get them 6 rounds versus Ninjas in Pyjamas.
Okay, all he needs to do is not whiff from here.
This is the fight. Whoever it is, it's Shush. How good's his clear? Because he's going to be like...
He is clearing.
He is clearing. Oh, perfect. Pada gets the Deagle headshot, straight out for another. This is going to be a very frustrating map for NiP. Just the way in which they've lost these rounds, the way in which they've been taken from them.
But how does this translate on the T with them swapping over to the CT side?
Like, how does that work?
Because you can obviously do crazy smoke pushes, but yours start to get like insane. Oh, I'm pushing through the B doors smoke, or I'm pushing through the elbow smoke.
True. Actually true. 6 rounds for HOTU. At the T side, I will remember for sure. One very unique pace and, as you called it, you know, momentum-based Counter-Strike where you are just looking for gaps and taking gambles, and it's been rewarded in this elimination game, need I remind you?
I just have a hard time. Like, nothing they did there is replicable.
Yes.
But they managed to win 3 rounds with 1 to 2 AKs and pistols. So
it is replicable, technically.
Right?
Literally replicable. But
that's the problem. There was no...
Oh, Juke.
Yeah, I don't know if he's upset.
Just a chat.
Or if he's firing him up.
Yeah.
It looks stern.
Certainly does, but most parts of that world, you know, it looks stern. It's probably love. Apart from electronic, that's just stern. That's just stern.
Just the dark side.
Just the dark side, yeah. Palpatine. Would love that. Plus, you know, for NiP, this could compound. You've lost 2 games in a row, 2 series to Spirit and Aurora. Now you find yourself against HOTU. You go, okay, we got a must win, an easy win, and then you have a half like that. Can't afford to get into your own head. Must-win game for Ninjas. HOTU coming in as that, looking to play spoiler.
Oh, he is not happy.
It doesn't seem like he's happy.
Oh, he's definitely not happy. He was very unhappy.
Just won a round as well.
He was very unhappy.
Yeah.
He's not happy.
Dual Berettas in cave, a classic. Locks up mid and no one on donut.
Nobody on A.
Yeah. So they get the plant.
So they've just gambled B fully. Once they understand that it's A, they pushed out and found the lurk.
Oh, another kill. This is getting awkward.
Honestly, full W.
Yep. Yep, but they hit their shots and now it's a 5v2. There is a Molotov and no smoke. If he gets the timing on this Molotov right, it could be round defining. Throws it out, no extinguish available, has to respect it. It's just Snappy, the 1v4 Molotov. 10-second defuse needs to be booked in. Has he got it? I think he might have just got enough time there. Yep, Cadio seems confident. And so HOTU taking the pistol, and it is just hold W. Simple, effective, Juke hitting shots. Fair play.
Yeah, he looked confident there with the defuse, didn't he? So obviously the 10-second music being played in his ears or not, letting him know that the defuse was going to come on through.
I mean, you know, hindsight 2020 and all, it seems like Snappy could have held it for 2 seconds longer and he would have perhaps won the round.
Yeah, I guess when everyone else is dead, though, you feel you're under pressure. You don't want to get stuck with nade in the hand, and wow. Okay, well, there you have it. That's going to be the pistol round converted now. Can they find the follow-up? NiP afforded a force due to the plant. That's both pistols for HOTU. So those are the conditions to win a map. You're going to have a Galil in the hands of Wrinkle. A couple of Mac 10s. Now, something that Snappy, you were talking about it before in terms of with the ENTS players. Obviously, with Falcons, there was no success found. So he might do better when the players are younger and they have a higher level of respect for him. And to be fair, even with that sentiment, they had Madden and some Pius, their players he'd come up with throughout ENTS. So either way, it didn't work for them over in the Falcons jersey. But things that have worked for Snappy before is some good pocket momentum calls. So let's see if he can piece something together here with this force buy. It's in the B box for Wrinkle. Oh, missed Sandru there. They're pushing through. Straight through into Wrinkle. Double on the Galil. Lines him up, knocks him down, and that feels like it should be the round.
That feels like what you were talking about how does that style of play translate to the CT side. It's two SMGs pushing through a smoke onto the lane fight.
Two more are going to push and fight through cave and lane right now.
Oh!
Here comes Duke.
And another one. Another push. He's done well to find one. A second would actually equalize, and he gets away with it. Oh, the distraction, they keep coming. Here's an SMG for you. Mizu comes up to provide the support, the hunt from Arrow's DOS. Shush will win this.
Well, these are the type of clutches he wins, though. These are the type of clutches he wins.
It's just terrifying knowing that they are going to be holding W somewhere. If they're not cave right now, then they're likely ramp. He works it out, swings on out, does isolate the first. Concerned about the last, and walking up is Mizu. MP9 ready. Shush gets tagged up a little. The nade seems good. Swings on it. Can't finish off the job. Dead now, of course. Shush will save them. That aggressions and the constant re-aggressions, it's exhausting.
Yeah, it looks like it looks like that the boys from HOTU are the ones on the force buy with, how they played that situation. They've all in'd against a force buy.
A lesser buy.
Right, which traditionally is going to have guns that want to fire at a closer range. It's the Galil that gets it done at longer range. And then the second wave of barbs comes through. Duke very sharp to get to, obviously making sure that his teammates were avenged there in the assist feed. But shush, those are the type of clutches he wins. And Snappy knows that's important. A big round. Again, this is a Super Bowl tournament for NiP.
Yeah.
Because they're an organization that has already been in the big leagues before. They're looking to return there. So by getting into the playoffs here, any LAN wins that you can get, HOTU isn't a team that's going to get you the most in terms of points, but LAN wins are good. And this is a tournament where the prize money as well will also help boost you through the rankings. NiP are in the long game, right? This is the perfect case study of a team that was formed from scratch at the start of the year without any points and how long it takes them to break in. So sure, they missed the first major. It's not missing the first season. It's just not having enough points to play the first. Oh, look at this.
I can't believe this team! Charges a main with a 5-7 and it works. Dude, when I die to plays like this, I always go, oh my god, it would never work in like pro play, but it seems to be working pretty well right now.
You just need to shoot him, I guess.
But yeah, and for NiP right now, Mizu's shooting harder.
At a minute 20.
Lampada, may get overlooked. Played it right. They clear him, right? Oh no, now they will.
There's a flank.
But there's a flank! Evan's coming for you! Stay in spawn! Get back where you came from!
That is ridiculous. That is...
Bro.
Oh, mate.
And he's not even walking. That's a running...
Unhinged.
A running A main 5-7. Gets 2. Of course it does. Oh, the frustration. Arrow's DOS is screaming. Hey. Nearly gets 3. There's Lampada for the finishing touch. Then, of course, don't worry. Cardio's coming in from behind as well.
They've won more of their rounds in the weaker position, I'd say. Like, more of the key rounds, anyway. They're not running on him right now.
It's weird. It makes me feel uncomfortable. What are they doing? They're playing a standard round?
Why aren't they running at him?
Kind of freaking me out. Contact cave. Yeah, he's got that block smoke, but if they start running, it will be too late. You'll have to throw it in the doorway. Yeah, you're in trouble. Swung. Executed by UJUX. Now progress into the B site. Looks good from the NiP boys. Storming in.
Ooh.
Good damage on that spray, but Duke will reveal himself with the tracers and goes down.
Okay, tit for tat, round for round. Nothing consecutive in the second half just yet. That's all right. We knew they were going to do their better work when it's going to be 5-7s running through smoke. So, Snappy, can he snatch it all away? Probably not. You seen the shadow? He's got a chance. And Mizu says no.
Absolument pas.
Oh. What's he doing? Where's he going?
Playing for the kills. Playing for the kills.
I guess he's thinking, they know exactly where I am. Yeah. Let me try and get somewhere else. But yeah, maybe he doesn't really want the MP9.
I'm so glad we've got, you know, because Counter-Strike comes in so many shapes, sizes, flavors. And this one's got a very unique size and flavor.
Yes, an expert. Alex Richardson.
M4, MP9.
That's such a late buy. NiP were already leaving spawn. HOTU was still buying.
Yeah, it's worked out.
They're not running at it.
Don't speak too soon. Yeah, had a really good shot there. Oh, and the trade is there from Mizu. It's costly, very costly, and Lampada just about holding on.
God.
How has he gotten away? Gets two. Yuka's been handed something he can work with, but the fights are going to keep coming.
This is a bare knuckle brawl.
Oh, woo! Yes.
Okay. NiP have broken through.
Yes, they have. And they disconnected in celebration.
Snappy.
He's had enough. He needs a rest.
Get
He needs a rest.
here.
It's too intense.
It's so stressful for the old man.
I need to lie down, boys. I need a little lie down. Marco's coming back in a minute.
It's a bare knuckle brawl, and he's not up for the task.
Dude, also, can we just admire, like, Yuka knows there's one coming heaven, takes a pot shot, and he just returns his crosshairs. Like, you know, one kill's better than none. I'm not going to faff around trying to track a strafing SMG. I'll just take one. And they've done all right, right? Let's recap what HOTU, like, who's met HOTU? Who's tasted...
They took a map off of Aurora.
That's
they eliminated GamerLegion.
Those are two very big, impressive
feats. And they lost to Pain with the coach. So nothing makes sense for their run.
No, it doesn't.
Right? They started with the game...
How did they lose to Pain if they can play like this?
Well, okay. What they're playing right now is by no means meta Counter-Strike. They're just putting aim on display. Yeah. Alex, they're just running at them. Nothing they've done has sensibility to it.
Well, and that might explain why Wrinkle, who is a bit of a pug stomper, you know, he's regularly in those realms. This feels familiar to him. He's like, oh, this is the style of Counter-Strike I'm playing at 3 a.m. on a Saturday.
Yeah, look, I think Wrinkle's just good. I think, like, Wrinkle is the best NiP player. If top teams could look at buying Wrinkle, I don't think NiP would sell him. They know they need him. Then you'd be looking for a Wrinkle.
Would you get more output of Wrinkle if he was... playing in Wonderful's position, do you think?
Wow, okay.
Is he that good?
That's it. I would probably put them on par.
Okay. That's good to know.
But it does really seem like a face of pug, right?
It does.
Yeah, like, it does just feel like a pug right now. So we do have a little technical issue while we get Snappy back in the server. Don't you worry about that.
So I've been diving into the HOTU players' profiles. Duke Vincere has got coaching reps as well. Did you know that?
He's got coaching.
He's got a coach
Was it
tab.
K23?
Teams. 2 teams he coached. You won't have maybe not heard of either of them.
Okay.
It was GR.
No, I did hear of them. They were Far East Russian players.
Okay, yeah. And he also
they
coached...
played at the...
XGR, yeah. Okay.
So the same team.
Yeah, only 120 days as a coach and a whole lot more as a player.
Okay.
But interesting that he's kind of done a bit of both. He's been around a while, 28 years of age.
He's 28?
Yeah.
He doesn't look 28.
No, he doesn't. 2,000 days in teams as a Counter-Strike player, so I think he's more of a player than a coach. Maybe just wanted to lend a hand to some friends. Previously.
That explains why he was chewing out his teammate.
Yeah. Probably just got into coach mode for a second.
Got the age and authority to do so. He definitely doesn't look 28, but what do I know? So the general in the middle there,
But you don't look 46.
Or Cadia, that's true. The gentleman in the middle with the pink keyboard, we've seen him before. Remember him playing for Avant-Garde. This would have been probably back as we were coming out of online times. So probably 2020, 2021. We would have been casting some stuff with him in the Avant-Garde jersey. That could have been even maybe Razmik Boss was there.
I remember him.
Or was it Ramzik?
Ramzik.
Was it Ramzik or Razmik?
I'm pretty sure it was Ramzik.
Okay, well,
Ramzik.
people in chat will let us know. They'll let us know. Don't you worry about that. There's everybody tuning in on Twitch chat, Kick, YouTube. I don't know what other platforms they're on, but they're definitely on those three.
Then let's call it those three.
They're three pretty big platforms.
Yeah.
I do like that YouTube's getting more popularity, right? It's great to see.
I think, yeah.
No disrespect to Twitch chat. Right?
No.
Like you guys, you're doing your thing.
That's what Twitch has got going for it, is this whole chat.
Yeah, the community side of it.
They have the community.
But YouTube has a better player.
Yes.
The fact that you can rewind is huge.
Oh, it's huge. And the fact that I just so much... Okay, I don't want to be rude, but I just think that the streaming technology on YouTube just seems to work better. Like whenever I'm trying to put a game on from Twitch,
it can do 4K as well.
It does 4K, but when I'm trying to beam it onto my TV, YouTube just behaves itself.
Okay, you have issues with Twitch.
Twitch is always a bit
I've got
finicky.
Twitch on all day.
Yeah, so you got the app. You just launch the app. You're cooking.
Or either through the television itself or Chromecasting. Yeah. But I've always got the Running Man Z on.
Yeah, right.
He's one of my favorite streamers.
Running Man Z.
Running Man Z.
If you were doing like a streamer review, what would you say that his stream offers you? Is it gameplay, or is it more entertainment? Is it more about the characters on his stream, or is it more about the way in which he plays the game, or a bit of both?
I think it's a laid-back time.
Yeah.
Right, so, you know, DayZ is a good streaming game because there are lots of points where you can be talking to the chat.
Now, you're like lying
I'm
in a
going to
bush
be honest,
somewhere, mending wounds.
He doesn't actually give his actual age. His name's Paul. He's a father of, I believe, 2 girls. I'm trying to piece this together.
Okay, nice.
Now, if I'm going to start throwing out guesses, I'm going to say he's late 40s, early 50s.
Okay, so he's a bloke.
Yeah, but he's been doing this for a while. He's been creating DayZ content for a long while, probably about 10 years.
Okay.
And but he doesn't have his cam, so nobody knows what he looks like. We don't know his age, so we don't have those details.
Cool.
But you know, I'm not there to hear him talking about Formula One.
Which will happen,
but
I'm sure.
But it is a nice laid-back time. It's nice to have on the telly.
Yeah, nice. I see you. And you can kind of jump in and out. You don't have to be paying full attention.
He doesn't really get frustrated when he dies either.
Oh, I admire that.
Because for him, it's just, DayZ is about the journey. It's about starting as that freshman on the coast. Who do you meet? What do you do?
Yeah, right.
It's not about the gear. It's not about having the DMR or the LAR and unlimited supply of 308 rounds. It's not about that.
No, that happens sometimes.
That does happen.
But it ain't about that.
Especially if you want to go to, so let's say you play Namalsk.
Namalsk.
Now, we like Namalsk because you can go to Lantia, which is a planet.
A planet?
Yeah, so
is it? I've heard about you being an astronaut with Rush.
Well, that could have been Astroneer, maybe.
Oh, because you were talking about your space program for a while. You were quite excited about that.
That was a few. Well, no, but we did go to space recently. Anyway,
have you?
Yeah.
No, I was just going to ask if you're still kind of in there with the admins. You're still friends with the admins.
No, of the servers.
Not on the servers.
No, I did get banned the other day.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, so you've lost your way in.
I was banned for cheating, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, ESP, they said.
Dudes on the ESP. Well,
yeah.
Just like Harry Russell has been banned on Marvel Rivals 3 times.
That's true. How's Harry gotten banned? Harry doesn't strike me as the type of guy to get banned on Marvel Rivals.
When he says, I didn't cheat, I believe him, right?
I believe him. Why would he lie to us?
Why would he lie?
But he's got a lot to lose.
I know, but it just seems like 3 times you're banned. You're falsely banned for aimbot.
Well, he would have made new accounts.
So he's a new account and he plays well.
Yeah.
And then
he's got Counter-Strike aim.
Yeah. So what happens is that people report him because he's got like 50 kills in a silver lobby.
Yeah.
And then they shadow ban him, or no, not shadow, straight ban him.
He gets hard banned.
He gets hard banned.
Hard banned.
Harry Russell is banned on Marvel Rivals.
He's a criminal.
That's right.
Sorry about the yapping, guys. That was a technical timeout. And here's the thing. We didn't want the players to hear us talking about what the buy was going to look like. So we didn't talk about the game there. But that's all good. We're back. Oh, Shush with the cave and the red smoke. Beautiful work. The support specialist does it nice and quick. And they're out mid, as it will be an eco. So we took a tech timeout into an eco. That doesn't get the juices flowing.
No, but maybe you started a conversation in the tech that you can kind of finish now. You know? Like, hey, we wanted to finish that conversation. Let's finish it now. So I'm thinking, when next time we push cave and ramp at the same time, we do it with 5-7s.
Oh, you mean for them?
Yeah. Oh, you mean us?
I thought you meant for us. I was like,
oh, no.
I don't think we should bring anything from that tech into this eco.
No, absolutely not. But yeah, you get to have a nice leisurely finish. Like, okay, yeah, so maybe I need to push more. Maybe I need to be more aggressive, more repeaks.
Is it Wrinkle in mid?
Wrinkle doesn't get all these frags. Arrows gets some.
The 2 looks like a 3 on the radar. All right, well, the fact he's played so conservatively, he should be rewarded with at least 2.
Only one. And they'll take that AK to the next round.
His in-game leader and coach think he deserved 2 there because of the maneuver that he made. Oh, Shush is giving them some of their own back.
Shushy boy.
You want to spam our bodies? You want to run through smokes? Well, we can spam them too as Snappy tickled down and taken to the underworld as Lamparta, the last man, over towards the T-spawn.
They're hunting this AK. They've already got a body on A. Lamparta, is he going to be pushed any further? Well, are they going to meet? Is U-Joke's going to come clear through spawn as well?
I don't know how Shroud would fare against these guys.
I mean, Shroud was the GOAT, so
he'd probably win.
Yeah.
Taking down 3 players on the eco. HOTU.
Not bad.
They're still in it, but
They
only
are.
just. We need to see them wake up right now into the rifle round. The Force by Wars not falling in their favor to start the second half. That's with them picking up both pistols. Here's the round recap on everybody's screens. The back and forth nature has now definitely just been 4th for NiP as they take steps to 13.
But now we go back to winning ways for HOTU.
Okay, well, there's a Famis in the mix alongside of the 4 silenced M4s. There's a defuse kit, there's util. There's an elbow smoke, so exchange of nades in middle. No damage found. Those nades did not find their target at all from the T side. And NiP are not playing with the same pace as what we saw from HOTU. So apply some mid pressure. Make sure A main is yours. Would you? I don't even understand why. It's not a favorable fight. And you have a pretty good idea they're not B lane.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? They're in A main?
Yeah.
So they had an A game.
It's certainly a choice. It's a choice. Choice you can make.
Oh, mate.
The beauty of Counter-Strike is you can make choices that are just yours, you know?
Yeah, that affect your entire team.
But technically, he
well, they're all in middle, Alex.
Okay, and you've got 2 players
This
swinging.
can work.
Oh, okay, double out of Lamparta. Cario does the same. We got a 2v1, folks, and every member of the bloody HOTU squad is just fighting in mid. Let's go, you jokes.
Oh my God.
Gets taken down.
Imagine you just lost to that.
They're all in middle. How do we analyze that?
Oh, so okay, hold up. So one guy pushed.
Yeah.
Rabbit killed him.
So we figured there'll be a little lighter there.
So they'll give up A, and they'll give up B, and they'll all just fight middle.
It's like if kind of you do like the heroic retake of mid, but you do it with
everybody.
Brutality.
It's literally everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. They win this. NiP are on eco. Whoa, look at the pace on this one.
Zoom in! Straight into the mid window. Duke's gonna be pissed. They want to push this, so they're threatening to do so.
Wrinkle found another. You shouldn't be pushing any more.
No.
Reset, recalibrate, and see if you can find all 3.
I think there's going to be. I think they're going
to grouped up somewhere.
Is he going to push for A main smoke? No. Okay, they're actually just going to go back to A. Don't play big box with an MP9. Is that what you're doing? Toolbox, okay. Sure. What happens if they molly?
I think he's okay. I don't think they'll molly.
You don't think so?
I
No
don't think
contact
they'll
walk
molly.
in.
Yeah. I don't think they'll molly this. They might molly Temple. They mollied it.
Yeah.
Okay. He still gets one.
Still gets his. Go on. Here comes Yuka. Flashes through the smoke. All of them on his screen. One of them does manage to find his head, and so job's done. Round 1, NiP up to 11.
Isn't it crazy though, right? Like they have these nice aggressive plays on the lighter buys, and they do really well. And then, okay, they have a good gamble stack that clamps down on middle and locks them out. But the thing that got them to the gamble stack in the previous round was Duke pushing on his own. And then you just go, well, like, your aim's so good. What if you just played a little bit more standard? But it's fine. I want there to be more pace in Counter-Strike. That's the one thing I think we're lacking. Rico has 27 kills, by the way.
I was just looking at that. That is a large number.
Terrorists win.
That's like if you took Lamparda's score, doubled it, and took away 4.
I'm sorry.
5.
I'm sorry. You're going to have to take away... Oh, come on, Alex.
Basically.
If it's an even number, it's going to make an even number, right?
Yo, dude, don't.
So if you want to get to an odd number...
Don't mansplain your maths to me, man. I'm pretty
How
sure
are
I
you going to
was
get
right.
to an odd number by taking away an even number?
I'm pretty sure I was close, actually. 16 times 232 minus 4 is obviously 28.
Where's this AK? Run boosted? Oh, they missed the run boost. Oh, and that nade really
Hang on, wait.
hurts.
This is the winning formula. They haven't lost a round where they bought AK Deagle yet.
Yes. Yes.
Middle. Ooh, you jokes has done well. Should be dead.
Here we go. Now it's starting. Now it's
Here
starting.
we go. Resmoke mid. Schloop.
How are they so comfortable in what should be like a treacherous pass?
They're not scared. They ain't scared at all. Duke's getting away with 1 HP. Cardio responsible for elbow. B players falling back out of the site, or at least rejigging their setup. So what's weak? Not B. I'll say that B's not weak.
No, and that's head-on collision territory right now. Is that door smoke? It's not a great door smoke, is it?
There's a smoke on the door.
Yeah, but you can use this. It's multiple angles now.
Oh, yeah, and he'll just tuck it. Stay tucked. Get yours. Can't get another. Lamparda brought down. Snappy, an important kill. 1 HP on Duke. He still finds the timing. And somehow Yuka's Deagle finds another connection. Arrow's DOS connects. Now it's just going to be Snappy. Default Plant has that smoke walk push coming in. Cardio should have a jump spot on him just as he rounds the corner. Cardio will have the jump on him.
It feels like HOTU have 10 players in the server if you're NiP, because every time that you hit one of these sites, or even just middle, apparently they're all there. So in 2 of these round conversions, everybody's been there. So that's with a number disadvantage against him. Great shooting from Lamparda on the saved AK. His second AK that he gets scavenged, even Duke makes good on one of those.
It's funny because body language, like if you muted it, you'd have thought he was like mad.
Yeah, but he's loving
hyped.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to be the 3rd tactical time I called from NiP, so I think that's both teams expending all of their 30-second chit-chats before we make it to overtime, which, I'm going to be honest, if we continue in this fashion, we could very well be destined for overtime. It's just about HOTU being able to string consecutive rounds together. The loss bonus is going to be the question because both of these teams are teetering. It's both very close to bottom of the barrel, and that right there puts them in hot territory, right? So you might have to see some more saves.
I suspect NiP will be okay in this round, purely because
everyone has rifles.
Everyone's got rifles.
Everyone does that
on
rifles.
HOTU. So not going to be easy for them to win a round this way. Mid-fight, turning that donut flash Mizu under scrutiny. Early donut smoke obscures his view. Cross to red, a threat. Duke responsible. Cadio throws out a smoke to kind of limit U-Jerks' contributions as Arrow's DOS takes a lick through the smoke. Cadio gets out.
Yeah, B could be under a lot of pressure, but they have this A main space, so information flowing in favor of HOTU has freed up that piece to move over of Duke. And they are all the way through A main. Blocked on B for now. This flank should be able to get here in time. Maybe not.
Jerks and Shush might get the double entry into the site. Bomb should be going down comfortably. It's snappy onto that. Mizu's flank, however, has legs, has info on the ramp player as well. Flubs the flash, needs something out of his teammates here. Yuka needs to find something. They partner up and pushing up the ramp. Kit available.
Smoke for the bomb.
Smoke and Kit. Yeah, there is something to be said about this one. Gets the info on the wall bang. Shush, however, quick and precise with his, and Yuka's getting out of there.
Okay, good news. They'll have an AK for the next round, but what else do they have? Probably not a lot.
Well, that's all they need.
Oh, you need this AK.
Need the AK.
If you don't have
okay, well.
They can't win this round.
No, AK and pistols is the winning formula, so.
But honestly, 3 rounds of the first half was 1 or 2 AKs with pistols that they won. And in the second half, it's been at least 2.
Admirable.
Well, just strange.
Definitely strange.
This is a strange game of Counter-Strike. This is not a regular game of Counter-Strike by any stretch of the imagination. And it's okay for it to be strange.
Yeah, I think for NiP as well, they're probably... What the... AWP is in the mix.
Yeah, well...
Okay, so the classic...
He's in the right place for
3
it.
3 SMGs, 1 rifle, 1 sniper.
He's in the right place for it.
On top of the box, gets Wrinkle out of the round, getting chased on down. He hits another, the quick scope to Snappy. Dips into the smoke, they know he's around here. Pushes through for more, the greed, I can understand it. He just wanted to get one more on the way out. With the loss of Cadio as well, it puts us into an even keel. NiP playing for the game. They picked off Duke as well, thanks to Arrow's DOS. And Lampada spotted crouching and behind the site. Mizu forced into a 1 versus 3. He gives it a good go, leaps through the smoke, and NiP will claim the first map for themselves. 13-10 scoreline, competitive from HOTU once more.
Yeah, that was their map choice, and they were 9 in a row on that map, though. I did cite that early on in the game. One of the keys to that 9 in a row for them, however, is the fact they'd beaten up on a lot of Mongolian teams. So they were able to prize money. Getting some land wins means an awful lot to them. So right now, swatting away HOTU, an underdog, a Cinderella run team for this event of PGL Astana 2025, will put them 1 game closer from being in the top 8.
What would be your estimate for the amount of best of 3s a tier 1 Counter-Strike team plays in a typical year?
Ooh, so I was saying like a top 5, top 10
yeah,
team?
like a Vitality. Like, I don't know, what would be the number?
You're talking somewhere between like 5 to 8 games per event, unless it's a major and you start in an earlier stage, it could be a lot more.
Oh gosh, okay, so this is full maths.
Yeah, so I don't know, we're probably talking
Hundreds.
close to 100.
Yeah, okay. So they could technically get 87 this year.
Oh, you're talking about Vitality?
Yeah,
Jesus.
Just theory crafted.
I think someone did.
I want Forrest to get nervous. Beretta's on Mizu, dancing around the vents for 1. Wrinkle does go down, but U-Jerks trades it. Oh dear, Cadio's booked. Nice work from Shush. Gets that instant headshot on the Glock. Bomb to be planted. Shush gets it down. Awkward retake now for the remaining 3 of them. And Lampada makes it a little easier though. Those 2 Berettas, but teammates down, and he's actually to hit a long range one onto Shush. I think the flank is what's going to seal the deal here. He'll close those
Oh no,
doors.
he's going searching, okay.
Push, okay.
Oh!
Lampada.
Still time.
Yeah, I suppose he could actually turn this around, but I mean, for Arrow's DOS, it feels like this is a comfortable 1v1.
I don't think it's time now.
Well, if you sit there and go for a 10-seconder,
Well
Arrow's DOS takes the round.
All right, just had to pull him off the defuse. All right, well, that's going to be the first pistol round of the series falling in the favor of NiP. Unable to win one on Ancient. But we'll kick things here off on Nuke. And you may be sitting, why didn't they pick Train? Well, if you take a look at HOTU's record in this event, they've actually played Nuke, and they lost to Pain with the coach Rick standing in on that map. Right. So if I'm Snappy and Exist, I'm looking and saying, hey, there's got to be some clear weaknesses here that we should be able to abuse. And I imagine that's what they're hoping to achieve. Now, as part of that, they did also play Aurora on Nuke, where they had a better showing. It was 13-11. So there's 2 sides to that coin, but they didn't win the map. So there's clearly something that Snappy thinks that they can come in here and really turn the screws upon. As for that of NiP, they have 4 on the trot as part of their Fragadelphia victory. a 13-0, a 13-4, a 13-9, and a 13-4 against Sharks in the grand final. So confidence for NiP coming into this event off a tournament win, even though it is a small tournament. Still a win to win. And well, there's a Hero M4 in the mix on the 4, so that one's been dropped across to Duke. He gets the opener. Now Lampada under a lot of pressure. Gets the dink on the dualies. That's it. Oh!
Duke's so good at getting output when he's on these hero rifles. He did it on Ancient as well.
He did it on Ancient, indeed. This is a round over now for NiP. Ujux is low. Well, yeah, Ujux is low on the B side with the bomb. Shush has to get to him somehow.
Ooh.
Now there's a lot of... Oh.
That's a free frag.
Okay, maybe not over. Vent to top now. It's about this lobby push.
So Ujux will plant. They're coming in from that lobby approach. It looks like he's going to be cleared out just in the nick of time. Didn't spot him. So now, element of surprise. If he just walks out, he'll be able to put the bullet into the backside of Ujux. Yuka gets his free frag now. Just implies where that last player will be. Smoke looks okay for a fake defuse. Yuka anticipating Shush's position, has to get on the bomb. The Hut player's not seen him, not cleared him. What's going on? What's going on? The blind spot. Now a 10-second hold cardio. Gone, Yuka next. Shush will clutch sharp. Threatening round, and they capitulate. Shush comes up clutch.
Okay, and Snappy trying to bring the energy there as well. So that's the second big clutch that Shush has had so far in this series. Had a big one on Ancient as well in a 1v2 situation. But yeah, just that individual of Katie, top heart. Clear in his corners there. Shush goes overlooked. Thinks he's under more pressure than he is. Duke does really well to get the double there, doesn't he?
I want to see it from Cadio's perspective. Maybe if he had a different view model, he'd have seen Shush.
That's true. That is possible.
That's 2 days in a row we've seen frags missed because of
view models. Ruin lives.
That's it. That's what I'm trying to
or
say.
View models save lives. It really depends on which side of the fence you sit.
Yep. Oh my god, the odds have just blown even further out. NiP winning the pistol is apparently the worst thing ever, according to bookies.
Yeah, well,
kind of fair.
The way that we've seen HOTU play, it's very puggy.
Yeah.
So I think Nuke is where, if they can't get like a shutdown CT side, which by losing the pistol and the following and likely the consecutive, it is really going to cost you. Shush has slunk down the ladder behind them. Look at him, he's trying to stay nimble.
Best case with your pistol, just get exits, I guess.
They are peeling this one apart, aren't they? So there's an extra gun. Maybe you're enticed now, but I think you should hold on to the AK. See if you can do some more damage on the exits. But yeah, these second rounds, right? We always talk about how hard they are, but that only gets harder and harder, right? I feel, because one of the other things we talk about in modern CS is just how many moves there are now, or understandings. As Lampada had a chance. Goes awry, Ujux doubles up. And they don't take any damage on the save. So then you think about that. If people have more moves or a better understanding on how to use weapons or utility, even of lesser variety, that'll compound. And those second rounds, which are more hodgepodge, like a combination of a 1M4 with an MP9 and a couple of 5.7s, it starts to get scarier and scarier. Yeah. So I think that those second rounds have never been more difficult. Let's get into the rifle round, shall we? Ooh, Lampada.
Not a rifle.
Curious choice, indeed. I love it. I really love the auto shotty.
It's a very powerful weapon.
Some people pull out the AWP when they're having a bad game. I pull out the auto shotty.
I see you. Mizu sees Shush, takes him down through the smoke.
So the clutch man's gone. But look at this space from Ujux, very early in towards warehouse. Another one, okay, just peeling him apart. And there, the shotgun activates. Wrinkle gets a trade eventually. Ujux and Wrinkle. Now, the fact that Wrinkle's still alive, I'm not counting him out.
Oh, you might want to worry about his teammate, though. Ujux just gets his head blown off by the sniper rifle.
Everyone's half HP.
Yeah, so it is certainly like a potential info. Yuka spots him on that pixel cross. There is a conversation that this 60-second 1v4 could take shape.
Especially if they all push him, which
they have
like that's what they like to do.
The shotguns come in secret stairs, which isn't the weapon for the job. The tease, the tease. Is it really going to be a full walk from Lampada? He's getting
saving.
further away.
Okay, Wrinkle's saving.
That's a shame.
Okay, well, Lampada might be able to get himself an AK. That'd be nice. That'd be a nice little upgrade from the shotgun. What's going on here? Wrinkle, are we going? We're saving.
He's saving actively.
But we're actively saving. We're not going to just go sit in the corner. Fair enough. Someone in Twitch chat said Forrest is mad at us.
What did we do?
I don't know.
Oh. Thorpe.
Please. Aren't you two on the same team?
Yeah, we played together at Valve HQ.
Wow, Team South.
He gave me some good advice.
What was it?
It was, sometimes you're not fully committed to your clears. You know, peak with confidence. I was doing like these half things where I'd like do the movement, but I wasn't fully like expecting someone to be there.
Yeah, a lazy clear.
Lazy clear.
Yeah.
Started visioning. I was kind of pretending I had like X-ray in my eyes, and that helped.
Okay, all right, that's interesting way to frame it. Lampada didn't get an AK. So I want to see more of this shotgun.
Let's go. He's already gotten his first onto Arrow's DOS. Ujux is getting a bit pushy. He's gone away with his opening. Does get traded eventually.
Everybody else stuck in lobby though. They didn't use the smoke wall.
Yeah, you're definitely not pushing that. That's a death sentence. Smoke held by a shotgun.
He's sad because we called him a slacker.
Oh, he didn't make the start of the show.
Was he there for the start?
No.
So...
I understand. It's 7 a.m. in Sweden. I checked.
Yeah, but are you a ride or die, or are you just a
Yeah, it's true.
plastic fan?
Didn't see your boys win map 1?
Didn't see them win all of the rounds
All
that
the
they
rounds.
won?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on now. We were here. Where were you?
Probably being a father.
Traded. Shotgun.
Bang, bang.
Yes. Okay, Shush continues to unleash the fury. Dink, and he drops. Wrinkle gets the trade. Bomb to be planted. Yuka 1v2. Oh, info on both, essentially.
Yeah, he knows where they both were. I like the reposition here from Wrinkle. He gets as far away from the angle as possible.
To the AK.
Okay, indeed. Looking for that one tap. Giving it a really good go. Trying to isolate these duels, and Wrinkle, he will prevail.
Okay, well done. So NiP lose a round, but they immediately respond with one of their own, and now that's going to put financial pressure onto HOTU. 4.5 for Kadio, 4.8 for Mizu, 4.6 for Yuka. Those three combined, even Duke could get out a rifle with Kevlar. Maybe they want to take a tactical timeout just to discuss their options, because there is enough to justify a buy. It's just Lampada not on a lot, and if he's playing over towards topside, could definitely work with a 5.7 or an MP9. Just shout out to More Clips. Said they're not going to be active in chat tonight. They're meeting a girl, in brackets a real one, in half an hour. Wouldn't expect us to understand. Fair enough. Don't DM me asking where I am with a girl. She's actually really interested in him. So good luck to More Clips. We wish you a good evening.
Yeah.
On your endeavors.
Good luck. Have fun. Make sure you use the anti-cheat.
Yeah. Always be protected. All right, well, Lampada is operating with just an SMG, rifles for everybody else, but you two extremely lacking. HOTU aren't going to have too many options. Blocking will run out quickly. Oh, and there you go. Duke with another opener, just continuing to pepper through the smoke and find these. Snappy falls again.
No yard presence, so upon this fade, if Duke does poke his nose, it's unlikely he does. He's kind of committed to this angle. Ujux will be keeping him honest.
Yeah, I think Yuka will be responsible at some point to communicate the secret cross. Never mind. Duke's just...
I got it, actually.
I can't... So they don't know that nobody's down.
No.
I don't... This is so strange. Now the top players will have to be responsible for main, or at least consider it. Duke has just called lower completely clear.
So you've got an SMG on...
It is going to be a top go. They're going to reboost. This is could be bad timing. When does this molly come in? Oh, they're so lucky. Here it comes.
Anti-flash. Armada going to take that first breakthrough. Good find onto Yuka. There's a response though. Bombs down. A second opportunity from behind. Shush hunts him down, controls the spray. Becomes a 2v2 with 20. Should be seeing a bomb plant. Are they going to dip vents? That's what Duke's asking questions about. Distractions there. Destruction 2. Wrinkles gone. It's uncomfortable. Yeah, Shush in a clutch, but it feels like it's an unwinnable one. Yes, Cadio doesn't push. Okay. Comes on in, finds that fight, and secures the second round for HOTU.
Okay, that was an interesting little maneuver there from Duke, but it got them a lot of information, and that boost coming just in time. If that boost was happening 1 to 2 seconds later, they would have actually both been hit by the flame. They would have been sent scuttling off the hut, and it could have been a completely different looking A side. That's Duke. Yeah, Sappy top silo. And then as they execute in towards A, Wrinkle's able to take his time, hit a couple of bangers. I think it's a yell from another game. At the same time, obviously we have FURIA taking on ODDIK.
Sounded like an ODDIK screen.
All right, limp smoke there from KDO is going to allow them to come play into it. It is a ramp pop set up right now. He's snappy there. He's lining up on a piece of the wall. Then when he steps into the open, his crosshair will be exactly where it needs to be. Here they go. All right, well, they're out. They have the ramp control, and they're running at KDO.
Catches Shush. Does well to adjust into Arrow's DOS. Wrinkle eventually brings him down. The damage is done. Snappy was brought low, goes down further. Duke, a nice chip in. And it's only Hugh Jokes with a deagle. Job's done. Round is won. And from behind, it's collected. Yuka, happy to take it. Convincing from HOTU, actually stringing together a consecutive defense.
Yeah, and that is going to break the finances of NiP. So I should see them into just some, like, hey, give me my high 5. Or I guess technically that's a low 5. Technically, and that's what we like to be around here. A very technical bunch of chaps.
Good to see Mo. Isn't it nice to see Mo?
Yeah, not great to see Na'Vi not putting up too much of a fight yesterday against the Mongols, but great to see Mo.
Great to see Mo.
Oh, they have an eco. They forced again in IP. Okay.
That's a choice.
Okay, they're going to try the same play again.
When in doubt, repeat the call.
Same
Snacks
close
is low.
smoke.
Here we go, ramp tested. This help, turns that flash, got to track the close player. Ooh, messy from him.
Ju takes down the outside lurk. Mizu rotating down with MP9.
Timing, not too bad, not too shabby. Gets just the one. Trish traded out, still very intense 3v3, and this is where that shotgun is not ideal. Some of these fights, not great for Lampada. Oh! It's a good dig to punish the second pump. Snappy, huge flank into the back of the head of Yuka. Shush will put the cherry on top, and
First
that force by. Yeah, it works out. Is it really?
Yeah,
wow.
and Aristos is yet to get a kill as well. So at the moment, it has just been the likes of like Shush clutching, Wrinkle getting some kills, and then I believe it's you jerk. So we need to see Aristos get onto the board, but Snappy does there, and in an important moment. Now, what does this do to the cash money situation? It's going to be the second tactical timeout call from HOTU quite early in this CT piece.
It is whack, Chad. It is absolutely whack.
Well, Yuka could have an AWP, but it'd be glass cannon. Duke's $50 short of an M4 with armor. Now, are we talking about the buy? Are we talking about... Yeah, I'm not sure. So the AWP does come out. Constant X factor is HOTU.
Yeah, I mean, their individuals just hit. All you need is a deagle and a decent position. See output. Good shot.
Okay, so Duke gets out of FAMAS. Naturally with pistols as well as this AWP. Feels like Yuka has to be the difference maker, doesn't he?
iTest tells me that like HOTU have won significantly more of these rounds than expected.
Yeah, maybe more than rifle rounds.
Yeah. But will they be able to do the same kind of thing on CT Nuke? limited block resources, and NiP, they've got plenty, so
I guess
what Snappy wants.
Yeah, and it also, one of the things the HOTU have done well is good gambles.
Yeah.
They've done good stacks on site so far, so with that read of the play, maybe they can pull it off again. AWP progressing ramp, so they will start to search. This is a great position to post up Yuka. Still a great possession.
Yeah.
Here.
Mollying out Limpada. If he can just live, that would be huge. They might start pushing into that AWP's scope.
Still have 50 seconds right now, NiP. Coming into lobby.
Okay, Yuka's getting a chance here. An easy frag. Arostos removed. Oh, not bad from Limpada. Had a good prediction as to where he'd be. But low, 3v3.
They stack top. They can rotate on the vent. So they need to drop in and harass from single if they want to stall this plant. 15 seconds. He's gone double door side.
Duke versus a Mac 10, and he's handled it with confidence. And oh, he gets a chance.
Got a plant. Got a plant.
Golden opportunity. Sujok's planting. Yes, he is. Or Shush rather gets it down. Ujok's providing the covering fire. Bomb does extend the clock, and down they go. Valiant attempt from HOTU. Really did come close.
Damn, that's a nail biter right there. Not sure if they picked up the AWP if Wrinkle wanted it or not. Shush was hovering over it, but they do handle that one. And yeah, Mo, he knows how close that one could have been. It wasn't a great buy, so the fact it was close at all, I think you should be impressed with that, but that is the game now starting to slip out of reach here for HOTU. They will have to eco. I say they'll have to eco. They should eco.
They might want to.
And it looks like they're going to. They didn't pick up the AWP, so happy to continue to run this T-side campaign with rifles heavy. Snappy feels like he has a Mac 10 every goddamn round. Careful, you jerks. Can't be going around the corner with nades in your hand, can you, Chief? Dinked up now. Going to be through the corner of the box, so not lethal damage being done. It can still connect into that one. So as he slips and slides outside, it is going to be NiP comfortably handling this eco. The mop and bucket out as Snappy on top of Silo with the Mac 10, able to take down Yuka. And it's just going to be old mate Duke and Limpada to find as, well, Limpada will take down Snappy. And that means we know exactly where he is. 7-3 for the Ninjas in Pyjamas, looking to add their second win to the tally today. They did start with a win over Virtus.pro, and that's a decent scalp in World Counter-Strike at the moment. Sure, they're not world beaters, but they're definitely a bigger name than what NiP have been playing in recent history. Still working back to being a top org in Counter-Strike. VP, actually, just to continue that little story arc, taking on Astralis later in the day.
Should be good.
Top of main. The line ready to drop in and gets caught mid-air. Duke continues. He's done a good job as Duke.
Yeah, and Limpada continues to buy this auto shotgun. It's worked out for him. He did do some damage to Snappy, but this time empty-handed. Arostos wants to cook. Flashed into the hell position.
Okay, so you've got the low HP of Snappy. It's really on Wrinkle because Arostos still with only one kill. Could be a good time for him to wake up. Wrinkle stepping out the door. Does he want to play ahead of the smoke? Yes, he does. That'll be heard, and that's forces the swing.
Still gets it. Yuka spotted dropping in. That's uncomfortable for Yuka. Has to stay active as he spots out. Whoa! Yuka gets two. Bomb did make it down, though.
Two players down here. He's hunted. He's dead.
Isolates the first, he overlooks the second. Yeah, nice.
It's so weird that there's two players there already with the complexion of that round. So, yeah, just HOTU staying as a pack, able to rotate into that. Final round now is going to have some emissions in the buy for NiP. Or maybe it's good. No, Snappy will be on a Mac 10 or something again. But
full buy.
It feels like that for him as a choice. You can see Shush as well as Arostos not with all the utility. Shadow there, making that one easy for Duke, wasn't it? Just sitting and waiting for Snappy to jump into his jaws. Beautiful Yuka double, and there's Duke again. So, still competitive. HOTU, not done just yet. Can they walk away with 5 before the halftime break? Well, they're by a little bit battered too. Cadia with a FAMAS and P9 for Lampada, not the shotgun. Couldn't afford it. A little bit too costly this time round.
Sad. Sad, man.
But this has been a bit more regular.
Yeah.
This has been more of what you'd expect, whereas Ancient was all over the shop with HOTU's approach. It definitely offered a flavor of pace. Smoke wall with conviction behind it. Multiple bodies from NiP. We got Yard Control from Mizu taking a silo fight.
Wins it. Luka's the one to find it. Crazy yard output. He's put him in a winnable position. He's got another. Okay, then just going to be Duke. 1 versus 2 to work with. That sound of the vent break. Will it lead to an overextension through the smoke? He's not playing it like that. Duke falls back, slips out. And is he going to gamble B?
The bomb's outside.
Oh, that changes everything. Excuse me.
He's just looking the wrong way.
Yeah.
Look where the bomb is. That's a tough grab. If he was patrolling the bomb, to have to jump up to get that is so awkward. So just making sure, because it is in that odd spot, now they can step on up. Wrinkle and Aras DOS combined for the 1-on-2. Can they get this done?
You're going to slink down secret? Duke?
Looks like it.
Will he have the timing to get down vents? It looks like he's taking his time.
He just has no info.
Yeah.
So he's just going to have to wait for a sound cue, unless he is just feeling this crazy flow. But it'd be weird just to rotate down the vent now. So he's just going to have to stick to his guns. The position he's picked is main. We'll give him a quicker rotation point. So as soon as this door swings open, confirmed. Duke now knows. Can start to rotate down the vent. He descends and caught by Aras DOS. 4 kills for him in the half, and that will be 8 for NiP in total. So that is a commanding lead on the T side. You feel at this point NiP should be destined to close this one down.
I think they're certainly just feeling like it's business as usual. Things chugging along nicely. Not too much disruption. I think had Ancient been taken away from them, if HOTU had converted that chaotic first map, we would have been looking at a different confident level for NiP. But this right now, it just feels like they're just putting it in.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at the moment as well, just at what you can expect with NiP's run so far. Their most recent game, which was a loss, was to Aurora, who started the tournament in a very slow fashion. I would say. Aurora started with a loss to Big, and they're trying to turn it around since, but they did topple NiP. There was an Anubis in there. NiP won Train, and then on Inferno, it was 13-8. Didn't actually catch that game myself, so not certain on the swing rounds or how close it really was, but it's good to see these type of results coming out from NiP as part of this rebuild. The one on the screen right now feels like it should be a certainty if you want to consider them to be taking steps in the right direction. They also had that match against Spirit where they did go overtime on Train, and then they got blown out on Dust 2. They were absolutely getting bent over on Dust 2.
I will say that the NiP Inferno was very uninspiring.
Okay. Well, I think when you look at it, VP, Spirit, and Aurora, NiP have only played big names up until this point, or let's say bigger names than maybe what they're used to at the moment. HOTU have played against Pain, that was a loss. They lost to Aurora as well, and they beat GamerLegion, which still just absolutely baffles the mind. Having a hard time wrapping my head around that.
I mean, that's
result.
not like yesterday we were ending our stream talking about, GamerLegion 0-2, get ready, here they come. And after playoffs in Melbourne, they've not been able to make playoffs here in Astana.
Yeah, this is a devastating result for them as well, because they are essentially, each event is reps and VRS points for next season.
Yeah, just to make sure that they get invites to the same kind of events.
Yeah, and you need to be getting good results so that you can take a step further to develop your game, right? You're obviously a competitive team against the big names, but it is just a shame to see them falling to HOTU. But HOTU's been fun to watch today. So here we go. Second half, pistol round, ramp rush.
Classic. Rush ramp. They get down. Nobody's dropped. Ujoke's going to have to try and get himself one. Ooh, Cadio does chip in. He moves Ujoke's instantaneously. Shush, long-range Glock headshot finds him. Miku makes that happen. There's going to be a ramp-centric retake.
Very tough retake. With Bomb already down, hard to see them winning this one. Oh, the team flash, that doesn't help.
Yeah, misexecuted that because the big white bright light onto Wrinkle's face.
I think save the armor.
If Duke will let you.
Yeah, I really think back off Wrinkle. Like a kill, that's great for the stats, but otherwise, try and hold on to the armor if you can. He's going to have to run and tuck tail over towards CT spawn to get out of the way of the radius of the bomb. There's going to be 3 players staying alive. Duke with 2 in that one. 1 for Mizu and 1 for KDO. As HOTU will pick up the second half pistol round, so we've split the pistols.
Terrorists win.
I think that's 3 out of the 4, though, in favor for HOTU so far.
Can they have a half similar output of the Ninjas? An 8-4 half feels near insurmountable.
Let's see how they operate now with their anti-force approach, because it's likely to see NiP chipping in with a force bite. Why does Duke look so stressed, bruh?
He always does.
I know you're on the precipice of elimination, but you know, round at a time, you just won the pistol. All right, Wrinkle with a scout. MP9 for Shush. MP9 for Snappy. Pistols for Aras Dos and New Jerk. Top rush, here we go.
All right, here we go. We're getting some HOTU style. Shush comfortably dispatches of 1. Down the vents immediately.
One of them beelined at Secret. No, never mind, he's come back.
Oh, he's ready for that fight. So is U-Jerks, though. Hits the headshot. Body shot, not enough. Yuka puts him down.
3v3. Bomb to be planted. Aras Dos has a HE. Oh, pop that in. Limited damage, but it's the MP9 at range, shipping Yuka down. Defensive smoke. The bomb and... Oh.
Wrinkle naded Yuka, so the bomb needs to be picked up by Cardio or Duke.
Do you go... Yeah, you know that both are there, though.
Yeah,
you know Aras Dos and Wrinkle are both there, so you go to... Hey, there'll be a player heaven, though. Aras Dos is heading heaven already.
He's heading heaven fast. Doesn't go up the ladder, goes round main.
Okay, I guess the MP9 up heaven, not the best. Wrinkle, can he get himself an upgrade? He has. Up the vent, though. He's dead, surely. The molly's going to spread in front of him. He's going to have to go through it.
Duke forced away, confirms the info that for Aurora Gaming pushes through. Duke gets jump scared. Ooh, Cardio's 1 HP. This has been set up for Wrinkle to close, and he will. Follows through, gets it done. HOTU have a round stolen away from them.
Couple of times in these halves, we've had the force by wars there, and Aras Dos just surging for that 1 kill. Right, that 1 kill on the CT vent player. I thought that the molly was going to really work against them, but it flushes the player out. It means that they're able to focus far. Well, actually doesn't mean that though, right? Like he could have dropped back into Squeaky. Yeah. It flushed him wide. Aras Dos hunted that down. Still kept Wrinkle's excavation up the vent stunted, but very well handled regardless. They pieced that one together. Good job.
Getting Wrinkle, was it Wrinkle? Whoever had the SMG? That was Aras Dos. Just getting the player on the backside, Cadio, low as well with the MP9 really made that a guarantee.
Yeah, and then Cadio feels like he has to swing to win the fight before he just gets a bullet in the side. All right, well, they're on an eco. There'll be flashes into this A play. How good are these flashes?
He wants to go down the vents, just blocks him, sitting there on top of the ladder, says nope.
Hey, the bomb's ramp. Is the bomb ramp?
Yeah, it's B. It doesn't even matter.
Oh, down the vent. Okay, never mind. All right, well, NiP charging ahead now. They've really, look, lose the pistol, win the second, you're in the driver's seat, mate. You just need to close this down. You're on the CT side. It's your map choice. You know you're on the cusp of getting the job done. And then you get to take a look at what teams you simmer into playing against tomorrow. I'd love to have NiP versus Astralis for a spot.
Yeah, didn't they already play?
No, not yet. No, but that would be a fun, like 2 organizations that were once great.
Yeah, right.
Both struggling. That could be a bit of fun. Tour. Shush against Yabi and Stown. Right, well, the guns are back in the hands of HOTU. Is there anything left?
Oh, Wrinkle just spams away. It's got music gets caught. Snappy commits to an MP9 fight that's not really the optimal range.
I reckon Snappy could get more kills in a game if he had rifles more often.
I think you're making good points.
Like, I get it why he does it. Like, he's selfless in-game leader, but like, get a rifle a bit more snappy. You get a few more kills, mate.
He just wants the wins.
Sure. No, I'm with you. But
why not?
kills get you rounds.
Yeah, that's
So-
true too.
All right, well, KDO will be not long for this world. You know exactly where he is, and Snappy, with the rifle in hand, will delete him, and he's loving it. And this is the thing. You should be hyped up about this. There's a bit of a smile on his face in jest there because, yeah, they are owning them. They're ragdolling them. But this is a team that has been spending the entire season trying to grind back into the realms of Tier 1 Counter-Strike.
Yeah, relevancy.
Right? Now, this is the biggest event for them of the season so far, and if they're able to get a good result here, the flow and effects of this for next season, right, where the invites come in after the tournament break, will be coming back into play about mid-July, I think. So we go on tournament break after the Austin Major, which ends on the 23rd of June. So 24th, tournament break officially starts, runs for about a month. I think there's a Fisher tournament first, but then it goes straight into Cologne. I think the Fisher tournament may even overlap with the end of the break, so might not see many teams attending that. But for NiP, you know, maybe that is an event they'd want to attend, right? If it has a lot of prize money, it has the land wins. Regardless, getting a bit ahead of myself. All right, well, Marco's having a good time.
It burns around.
With a flash.
And already a second player has cheated over.
The nade.
Oh, you jugs. Gets maximum output out of the M4A1S. One magazine, 3 sprayed down. Snappy comes in to sweep the rest under the rug. Job done.
All right, one more gun round available. HOTU, this will be the end of your story.
A fun story with some twists, some turns.
They got to win.
They got to win.
They lost to Pain with the coach, though.
They could have won Ancient. They shouldn't have lost that one, though.
Yeah, but I feel like, yeah, this is the thing. For M80, who lost to G2 yesterday,
Oof.
I think Def, the coach, described it as a horror show.
Yeah.
I think that's a loss that will cause a lot of reflection pre-major. A very bad loss.
Still recoiling from the loss of MIBR.
Well, they even had a glimmer of hope when Lake first joined.
True.
So I think that MIBR also isn't playing great on G2. Okay, well, Duke continues what Duke does. 17 kills for him. Has been quite comfortable and confident with his aim, Duke. Feels like he's had a good understanding of this. His teammates just haven't been there with him along for the ride. Man advantage. Oh.
That's a tasty morsel for you, Jerks. Now, how does he approach this fight? He's got his teammate Snappy posted up for any wide swing, so he can kind of stay close to the wall or just stay lobby. You don't need to push it, the issue, despite this being a 4v5 against them. Heaven flank looks like it's going to catch him completely off guard. Actually, no, he's accounted for it.
He's tucked.
He's tucked.
Oh, Snappy!
Snappy. Where's he going?
Oh, 2 available for Shush.
Can't finish off, Duke. 2v4. I'm on the back of Yuka.
Empty side. Should be their round. So they catch a really good timing. Still worried about players entrenched in Hut. A Molly lands to secure that. A Heaven plant will come in. An extending play for a moment. There you go. 12-6. HOTU will grab back another round. Ejects, does spot out the head, doesn't immediately pull the trigger, wants to make sure he got the guaranteed shot on the kill, and, well, grabs it. Now, they can switch to Portuguese, these two, in this moment. Do you give it a go, or are you just looking for damage? Because you know, even... Oh, he's going. They could be going for it. Just want an AK.
He's just
Lads,
positioning to see if they...
You're out of time now. Damage. They're just looking for damage. Okay, well, he dropped in. He gave it a go, huh?
Yeah, just in case. In case HOTU were a bit keen on their exit.
Okay, well, the thing is, with that type of a round, the reason that would probably never happen is they know that if they lose that round, the game's over. So you're normally on high alert in those situations.
Yeah, sure.
Whereas if that was just another round, then maybe you get away with it. But if you're leaving the bomb early in the situation where you know if we lose this, it's over, then your head's not on straight.
Yeah,
like,
fair.
That wouldn't make any sense. So if they're looking for damage, they did some. And that's going to see 2 Galils around the 3 AK-47s, but still plenty of cash for NiP. So same story as the previous. Do they shut it down now? Snappy wants to do it with the AUG in hand. You're still available on the roof to harass for an A pop. We've got 2 Molotovs lined up with flashes as well. So it's going to be about the top defense. You need to take a look at who's home. Well, it's Shush. He's got company. And he's not in Chad's house.
Flashes, so it's kind of like a fake top pop into a go. And one is all Shush gets.
Still going to be a retake, though, and NiP, they do have residual cash, but they want to give this one a go.
Caddy responsible for Heaven. Winkle.
Okay,
Ooh,
you give it a go now.
Lobby, you definitely will give it a look. Easy keeps it level. You jerks, you can extend. Snappy, nothing. Clean for HOTU in that conversion of the attempted retake.
All right, well, there is going to be cash available for NiP to buy again. So they get another chance, and while they're losing these rounds, the loss bonus is building. But if they lose the side again, then maybe we see them go for a save. And there's going to be second timeout. So exist, just calming it, boys. We just need one more round. It's all good. We've still got cash. That's fine. Why did we leave Shush on his own on A right there? What was so important elsewhere? Why were we weak on this point of the map? All right, this is how we want to proceed on this point of the map. We have Wrinkle with the AWP. So you want to just have a round with your highest chance of success. Right, so you don't need to do anything too crazy. Nobody needs to be going for any crazy picks or anything like that. Just make sure that the top side isn't completely under-fortified. We know that Shush is a absolute monster, but let's not put so much weight on his back, shall we? I don't understand why it was so late after the mollies.
Yeah, whether it was deliberate or it was like a kind of a second timing, because there was a flash as well for their push.
Yeah, but the reason that doesn't make sense is your mollies, as you saw with Shush there, it only pushes him out of position. If he's flashed while that happens, that's great.
Yeah, sure.
If he gets to be unblind, then he can get a kill. He could have even had a double. A top rush.
Top rush? There's so much online!
Vent
Dropping
drop.
vents! Aros gets one.
They saw the bomb.
Okay, Penny drops. Already players down here on ramp responding, swinging through. U-Jerks trying to skim a nade across.
Denied.
It is denied. Aros Dos is having a round. It's his domain defense. Triple kill from Aros Dos.
That's it.
Yeah, HOTU, the audacity to be called an event drop to try and seal the deal, try and extend play. NiP make it so, eliminating HOTU after a trip to Astana.
Okay, so kind of a bit of false confidence there. 2 gun rounds back to back, and then they just drop it with an A rush. And it was premeditated to be event dive, which couldn't be any more of a coin toss. It's a shame that